Hello, Americans and other friends and subscribers around the world. Back again. We're gonna do a little mountain junker. We're gonna do, this one is going to be, actually we're gonna talk about how we've, this thing is right in my face. Basically we're gonna go over how, we've changed our business plan on eBay. Well, you know, because we got other business things and stuff we're doing, but we're going to talk pretty much about eBay business, online business, because our Etsy, which we'll get into later, but man, our Etsy and all that is really falling off, man, because we've been concentrating. Yeah, because we changed our whole business plan a couple of months ago, and actually have had the best, you know, and we still got few days, man. It's about, man, we're about to the, I think, till the 20th, that you can still sell and ship stuff out priority.
To get it by Christmas. To
be able to get it by Christmas. So, man, we're getting down to the, you know, the final few days. But, yeah, we've actually changing our business model or plan or whatever has had the best,
Good job.
Best December, best month ever on eBay, man. So that's amazing. It's been busy, I'll tell you that, man. If you've noticed, man, I will get to the, I'll read the messages, you know, on these videos and stuff, and a lot of times I won't mark the heart because I want to comment, but I'm in the middle of, you know, doing whatever, but I got to get on there because, man, I'm pretty, yeah, man. Why don't you help me with that, Miss Kitty?
Well, because since it's a little bit busier, that means I'm doing a lot more shipping.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, I'm taking pictures.
Yes, so we're going to, it's probably going to end up being a long video. I don't like Mike. Some of them, you know, don't care for the, reseller, you know, mountain junker videos, but, and it's a huge part of our life. So this is probably going to be a pretty long video. But there's always stories, man. It's not like that's all I talk about.
You make it interesting.
I do?
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Miss Kitty. So I actually even made some notes, man, to touch on some different stuff. We talked about best month ever in 17 years, 16 years of doing eBay. You know, that's pretty happy. And how we, the way that we've changed, and I've talked about it on here, is something that Miss Kitty has wanted to do for
the beginning.
Yeah, so, well, it didn't come along really till later.
No, but I just never understood your activity of constantly changing the listing times and the styles that you were listing. I just always felt like if you knew the value, put it out there.
List it and forget
basically.
all about it.
Yeah.
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 See, and I fought that, and one of the things with the sales, I mean, being a salesman for ever, is the hands-on and the changing and doing this and doing that, and then, like you said, man, some of the stuff when it holds the value, you know, you get desperate or, you know, wanting to do whatever. I mean, just like the model last night. Well, or yesterday or whatever, there was a slower lump, you know, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? And ended up taking less. I probably should have held out, but I ended up doing very well on it too. But we are going to show, did I already say that? Probably show some of the stuff that we've sold in the last
stuff that I gotta get
24 hours. So. A couple of things, and we're going to talk about it too, is Gregor bought, you know, we have a lot of repeat buyers, you know, a lot. You don't hear people talk about that on shows, and I don't know how many but we have a lot.
And we also have a lot of not just repeat buyers, but multiple purchases at one time. And the tools that eBay has to offer for that type of transaction are pretty much nothing. There are no tools for me as a seller or for the buyer buying to be able to accommodate multiple items being sold over a period of time. Within a certain amount of days.
Yeah, and that's Miss Kitty. I want you to get my whistling, my Native American flute. But that's one of the things that we wanted to touch on, and I got that written down here too, is we actually called eBay because, you know, we're doing the next day shipping and, you know, trying to keep our, you know, our DSRs and all that, you know, where it needs to be. And when you're doing the one-day shipping and you have somebody buying something, I think Gregor bought the first thing. He had bids on auctions. I mean, this is nothing, man, and I ain't saying don't do it because we'll get this figured out, man. I'm totally, thank you, man, to Gregor, because he bought, you know, a good handful of stuff here, but it's eBay, not my customers. But the DSR, so we call, Miss Kitty actually calls, she don't let me call too much. But, so she calls, and, you know, of course, a foreign person, man, I have, you know, that's all fine. Someone actually could understand her better, but the ma'am thing cracks me up. But, anyway, so they tell us, well, I don't know how to have her tell her, I don't know how to...
First, I spent probably 15 minutes in conversation with this representative, just trying to explain to them that I don't want it to affect my DSRs. Could you please help me out here? And it took 15 minutes. Oh, she says. She couldn't understand. She couldn't grasp the issue that I was having.
And never did.
And well, no, at the end of the conversation.
Oh, did she finally?
And then she said, this was her solution. Well, wait until it affects your DSRs and then call us back.
Right. And if any of you, right, and any of y'all out there know, once there's something marked or whatever against your eBay thing, it is such a pain in the butt. Right. You know, I got better things to do. Miss Kitty's got better things to do than to sit on that flipping phone, you know, for all that time trying to get, you know, crap removed. So, but anyway, that was their solution. So we've got to wait until the DSRs show, and then we got to call back, you know, and go through that whole.
Yeah. So currently,
hoorah.
I think five late shipments marks against me.
And those are Gregor's. Those are all going to one person, and he was bidding on auction. He wants, of course, that, you know, as a customer, you want to do combined. Now we do combined shipping. We do combined shipping, even if somebody don't ask. Yeah. You know, I mean, I ain't gonna. You know, I think that'd be pretty. I want them to come back and buy more. You know, but if they buy more than one purchase, then I'm going to combine, you know, and we make sure and verify it with them. And, you know, a lot of times what people do is they buy, you know, and they pay the shipping. Well, we automatically, without even them asking her anything, when Miss Kitty prints off the label, and then we, you know, directly send that refund them. Man, I'll tell you what, you want to talk about getting praised and, you know, emails, the nice emails we get back, because all of a sudden, you know, they just got $4.75, you know, cents back out of the blue, you know, when this person tells them, hey, your item's on the way, and here's, you know, it costs, you know, a little refund. So, man, they love that.
And there's sometimes they'll buy things that can't go in a box together. So, you know,
so sometimes.
Of course, it can't do that.
Or,
or free shipping, or maybe the weight and the size of the two items combined eats up all of the shipping costs that they pay.
I'm just saying in general, you know, I mean in general, like when people would get on there and buy, you know, 6 knives or whatever, you know, we'd charge them, you know, it'd go up. Well, we did after a certain point, and it was depending on the size of the knives, you know, especially when you're doing the, you know, my forged ones, because they're a lot heavier, but is a lot of times would add $1, you know.
$1 per knife. Right,
just to allow or whatever. It's alright, so we kind of touched that. Best month ever. I got to mark this stuff off, man. Look at this, man. This is Miss Kitty got this for me last year. See that? And leather tool work. Look at that tree. Got a bass on that side, man. Nice little tablet.
A local lady.
Yes, yes. So we got that. Best month ever. Loving my coffee too. Man, I'm still drinking me some cow tipper. Miss Kitty stopped because she was ready to go out and tip some cows.
Tip over some cows.
Alright, and then, and then about promoted listings. That is something when we started this new, which we haven't talked about, well, I guess we kind of did, about changing what we did. We'll get back to that, of the change that we did make, you know, a couple months ago. is, like I said, Miss Kitty had wanted me to do it forever, and that was good until, you know, what's it called? Good till canceled. Yeah, good till canceled. You know, I just call it forever listing. But and man, I did not dig those, man. I was just like, man, I ain't doing that. You know, I want to be able to refresh it. You know, and everybody's got their own philosophy on it. Mm-hmm. And the one person that we listened to, I think they're about the only ones that do it that way, but is Scavenger Life. Talks about, they came up with the list it and forget it. Mm-hmm. You know, and I listened to them and stuff, you know, and of all the people on eBay, they're probably the closest thing, you know, it sells the same kind of stuff, right? Well, Alabama Pickers sells a lot of,
but lifestyle too, just a combination.
Right. But yeah, and actually, yeah, because are you talking about Scavenger Life?
Yes.
Yeah, Scavenger Life. You know, they don't live in a, you know, semi-off grid. Well, you know, they live out in the Tules and stuff. But anyway, you know, so we listened to them a few times and stuff. And man, I thought on it. And me and Miss Kitty had talked, you know, and we've been kicking around. Miss Kitty doesn't want it, but me and Katie Joe more than anything about opening another store eventually after the kids are a little older. The one thing that we've talked about doing is, and I won't tell you locations or anything, but we have some places that wouldn't be real close to here, but is running a flea market, you know, once a year or twice a year. Let's see how Miss Kitty gets all quiet.
Yeah. I mean,
here we go.
I just don't see the potential of return on our time.
Right, it is a lot of time.
I don't think it'll pay for our time.
Yeah, but anyway, but the store thing, so, you know, and I've always, like I said, I was raised, you know, around stores and all that, had a store. Katie Joe would like to have one, and if we did it, it'd just be a 3-day-a-week thing. It'd be Katie Joe's thing, man. Me and Mom would just be
suppliers.
Yeah, suppliers, you know, and help her, you know, you know, just take care of it or whatever. So we'll see what pans out with that.
Now, if she could, you know, the store can make enough that I could just babysit while she ran the store. Then you'd see a smile on my face.
Well, the location, well, I ain't going into that, man. You don't give out that kind of stuff. But anyway, we'll see. But anyway, so my thing for the store, and Miss Kitty said to me, she says, we'd listen to one of the shows or whatever, and Miss Kitty's all, see, babe, I don't understand why you don't like to list it and forget it philosophy on it, because it's just like having a store, but you get to sit right here. So I thought, all right. So I said, okay, so I'm going to do it. We're going to give it, you know, we'll give it till through Christmas, and we'll see what happens. Take a bow, Miss Kitty, because it is flipping amazing. For what the kind of stuff that we sell. And this is the same, man, with them, too. They sell a lot of, you know, one-of-a-kind or very rare, never before seen, oddball type stuff. And no, I love it, man. I won't ever not. That is the way, man. You know, we got a store, man, an online store. It has increased. It's great.
It's easier.
Yeah, you know, I don't know.
Well, you're not sitting down every 3 days and going through all your listings and having to
to relist and all that. Yeah, and then right, and in the process of that, that was one of the things we talked about. I said, we'll do it and see how this starts to go. And I mean, it kicked in like within the first 2 weeks. And my whole thing with that is, if I'm going to do that, is I want to up our business
inventory.
Well, no, the model, the thing we pay eBay for.
Oh, the store.
Yeah, the store pay for the, you know, to get more
basic
listings.
Yeah,
whatever it is. Anyway, all that basic store, that's all something now we can, you know, you can email back and forth with us or whatever, because that's too technical for this hillbilly. That's just Kitty's department. But, so man, that's, you know, man, and like, muskrat. I think muskrat should do. I'm actually trying to convince the person that we run which we've let that one's kind of fallen off, and they haven't really been doing all that much. But if they get back on it too, is trying to get them to run theirs as a store, And they're just got the basic. They don't, pay for any of the booking, but they can do the listed, till good till canceled. So, anyway, man, that's our
new business.
We've been doing this a long time, man, and that's with the kind of stuff we sell. That's what works for us. I haven't been doing it long enough for a lot of, because some of them other shows you watch, what the heck I was watching the other day, and they actually were talking about that. They were saying how it moves down the
line.
Yeah, the line
list.
or whatever.
If there's 175 items listed for what you're listing, I could understand wanting to be closer to the top.
And ours turns, man. I mean, so. And I'm on there all the time, and I am especially when it comes to the junk, man. I'm a control freak of watching and all that stuff, and doing sales and doing whatever. So, man, as long as you pay attention, you're gonna, you can change different things to get the stuff to move. I ain't gonna just let it sit in limbo, but if it takes, because there's stuff, it just takes that right person, man. Especially for the kind of stuff that we sell, it just takes that right person, and that's what went back to this, but what I was getting after was the promoted listings, man. We are totally on the fence about the promoted listings. Miss Kitty's already jumped off the one side, but I'm still, because
if I'm doing research or something and I come across our items that are listed that are promoted listings, the promoted listing is at the very bottom of the page.
But it actually shows up as 2 listings, and our other one will be up the page, right?
Yes,
right.
Yeah. So we're paying for a promoted listing at the bottom of the page when our original listing is up higher in the page. So I'm just like, I don't.
And then, and we've sold some stuff on the promoted listings. I'm still doing some promoted listings. I have backed off because, for one thing, man, if it's a one of a kind or a rare book or, just an odd thing. If it's the only one that's going to come up, why the heck am I going to pay a promoted? Why am I going to give anybody any more money?
Right.
So anyway, we're kind of on the promoted listings. I am still doing them, and so we'll get back. We'll do something about that later on down the road. And like I said, we have sold some promoted listings, but it's not nothing that I've noticed, and I wouldn't say that it wouldn't have sold without the promoted listing. So what's we got on here? Change. Oh, that was 2 months ago. You could be talking while I'm looking at this. I can't read and talk to.
Yeah, I might interrupt your thought process.
Huh?
I might interrupt your thought process.
And then one of the things that we wanted to talk about too is for the new buyers out there. Gregor had not done a lot of buying on there, and so why don't you talk about, because we actually talked about doing a video for the buyers, of how to buy on eBay.
Yeah. Well, there's, just the basics, auction versus buy it now, and what Gregor's, he wasn't quite sure how to purchase multiple items from the same buyer, which we ran into a lot.
Right?
And if it's all buy it nows, the best way to do that is to put them in your cart. So as you're looking at it, you say, this is something I want, and you say, put in cart. And then when you're ready to view your cart, you think you're done shopping, or at any time during the process, oh, I didn't want that, I forgot, whatever. You can just click the view cart and then see everything in your cart, just like every other shopping cart out there on the internet. Remove it, adjust your cart how you want, and then when you're ready to make your purchase, then there's a little button that says request total from seller, and that allows the seller to see that you are wanting these items and to adjust the shipping costs appropriately.
Yeah, right. So then it would all be done before.
Yeah, and one of the with this transaction that we were having trouble with was the auction items and the buy it nows. So those were some of the tips that I gave to him on email. But it's pretty simple and basic. I mean,
But if you haven't done it before, then you're like, what the heck, man?
And you don't have to have an eBay account if you're gonna if it's gonna be something that you want to do a lot of. Then make an eBay account for yourself as a buyer.
And the one thing that I don't like about those,
sign as a guest. You don't have to have a
right.
And you don't have to
you can just you don't even have to. Right. But the one thing that I don't like about those baskets on not on eBay, but on the other, because eBay, you can see that what it's going to cost you for shipping. But I hate when I get on a website or whatever, and I have to go through the whole process to see what it's going to cost me in the shipping, you know. And then they got some exorbitant, you know, shipping and handling.
Yeah, and I don't like putting in my credit card.
No, I don't put. I won't.
Just to get
Yeah, so if it don't tell me what it's going to cost me, I won't.
Yeah. So if you're new to buying on eBay, you always want to check out the entire listing. You want to look at every picture. You want to scroll down and look at the entire listing, the descriptions, the product details, everything about that item. If there's something that you need to know about that item before you make your decision, send the buyer or the seller a note and ask questions, because that's really important. Check out the seller themselves. You can go look at other items that they have listed. You can look at their feedback. Just really, because especially the first couple times you make a purchase on a new website, you're uncomfortable. You know, you just don't know if.
Well, I remember
if it's
been a long time ago that a gal, I can't remember how she did it or whatever, but she'd went around and shopped on eBay, and then, you know, picked up a couple of things from us or whatever, and I can't remember if she paid somebody else or whatever, but thought that you shopped on eBay and she purchased stuff, and then thought that she just paid one time for the whole thing.
And you might be able to do
we
that
had to
with the
explain.
shopping
Oh
cart.
yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I'm talking about different stores and everybody.
Yeah.
It was just it was just something that just popped into my mind. That's how my mind works, man. And then I got eBay versus Amazon versus knives, and that's just I just wanted to touch on the actually one of the shows I caught a little bit the other night on the Friday night show while I was waiting for our thing to come up. And they were talking about, you know, how they were kicking butt on Amazon, man, and Bear to Picker, BP talks about it all the time, that you know, they may be kicking butt on Amazon, you know, the people that do Amazon and eBay, but if they're putting all their effort into Amazon, no matter what, it's going to hurt eBay. If you're putting, and if you're, you know, an Amazon, eBay seller, and you're putting all your time in eBay, it's obviously going to hurt your deal. Or if you're like us and you're putting all your time on eBay, it's hurting my Craigslist sale. I still haven't got my tires and all my junk on Craigslist. It's hurting my Etsy, man. Etsy's down the tubes, and been concentrating so much on this store that it's hurting my other 2 or 3 eBay stores too. You know, trying to run it all. And just like with the knives, man, the knives, I just don't have time. I mean, and for the last, like I said, for the last 6 years, we had concentrated on knives, and maybe that's one of the reasons we've had the best December ever, is this is the first time that we haven't been concentrating on making knives. We've been feeding a different fire.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, which, like I said, I'll never stop making them. They're going to be,
forever.
The one thing that I want to do is get into the higher end, you know, especially with my blacksmithing stuff, is I want to get in and I want to start making the bushcraft knives and everything. And big old Bob, man, Bob's been waiting for 5 years. He still says it every once in a while, so I got that to do. I am going to make a couple knives for gifts, and we'll see what kind of time I have. I may end up making a couple more to sell. We'll see. I ain't making no promises, man, because like I said, I'll do them, man, but it's going to be, which will make them, you know, it's more fun to make, too. Well, that was about enough of that. Oh, remember, if you are doing it on here, or if you're selling and you're new to this, you have till the 20th of December, which this video, we're actually a couple of days ahead, so this video, tomorrow. According to this, because, well, tomorrow, because we're,
16th.
Yeah, because when this video's put on, because when this video's put on, it'll be the 19th, So till tomorrow, when your post office like ours, man, we got till 3 o'clock. You know, so anything that we want to get there by Christmas has to be at our post office by 3 o'clock on the 20th. So, you hear that, Muskrat? He's Muskrat, too. He's my fall guy.
Yeah,
he don't care. Get off your butt, Muskrat. Get something done. I love that guy. What's this books we?
Okay, so
Oh, okay, yeah.
And this kind of goes back to learning how to buy on eBay. You just, I mean, we know how to buy on eBay, and we bought a book.
Actually, two
books.
And even this one, and this almost where it got me to buy. I haven't got to start reading it yet, but this one, wasn't this one like very good condition or something?
New, I think
yeah, like new
new
condition.
That's how they described it.
I don't think that's like new, man.
Yeah.
But I didn't. This one I didn't even. I haven't left a feedback or nothing, and it's not like I'm gonna give them a negative feedback. It the other one. Did you want to talk about it?
I was just gonna. When we got it, it said it said acceptable condition. So when
there was
we got
two other ones actually besides.
Yes. So when we got it, the very first thing, of course, we noticed is they didn't state that it was an ex-library edition. It wasn't just an ex-library edition. It was an ex-library edition from 3 different libraries.
Yeah.
It had
it was so
stickers, library stickers.
I actually threw it in the fire. I actually burned it right.
I had a big old metal scan sticker on the back cover. Okay, fine. He starts reading it, and the second chapter is completely gone.
There was no second chapter whatsoever. It never finished the first chapter. That page was gone, and the whole second chapter, and then there's the third. And I'm like, what? Man, I'm looking at the index. I'm like, it's kind of a weird way to do a book. And when you take it, and that's, you check if you're a bookseller and stuff, you can check, you hold them and you can look like that. Me, I always try to make sure and check, check the binding and everything.
Yeah.
And, did that, the pages weren't falling out or nothing, man. There was just the whole damn second chapter. And then the third one, it was also not put in their description that it was a library book. It was complete, and we just went along with it and stuff, it was... it was okay. But that other one, as soon as I told them, I mean, and it was cheap, man. It was, nothing. And it was one of those companies that has, 300,000 feedbacks that get, 100 negatives a month is nothing for them. So, but I didn't leave a negative or anything like that. But
I think that's why we do have success on our books, is that we're diligent about checking, the condition of the book. We take multiple pictures. What you see is what you get. You're not just...
Man, and I check to make sure, man, that the pages are clean, man, the book is complete, the binding is tight, and if it's not, then I state that so that the person doesn't know, what the heck, the whole chapter's missing. That was crazy. Man, I was irritated too, man, because I was reading away. Man, I was irritated. I actually replaced it, man, so it's all good now. And then that was pretty much all the notes we had on there for that stuff. Want to do what's sold? First, man, let me show this. When Miss Kitty says, nah. But I had talked about, and this is actually a mohair. And this one's actually a llama hair. Basically, totally the same way that you make them and stuff. They're a pressed hat. But this one, and I got it. I put it on Miss Kitty.
Use it for a summer hat.
Yeah. But the brim,
it's just a little bit too small.
Yeah, I want a white one for the, so I'm going to keep after it. But I got this one, it was pretty much a blank. And when I call it blank, it just wasn't shaped. It actually came all rolled up tight and stuff. And so I, wet it down, steamed it and everything, put a little bit of first I went with the round top. Miss Kitty didn't like that, and then I put this, and then she just still didn't like it on me, so, my woman's got to like look, and she likes this one.
Yeah.
So anyway, this will be on today. Actually, by the time that you see this video, it's been on for a couple days. But I just wanted to show that. Yes, I guess we'll show. It's going to be a long video, like I said, but we'll show some of the stuff that we did sell overnight. So, where do I start, Miss Kitty? You already shipped that. Right here. Did you pull that? Oh man, you is good.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I think that you're still missing some stuff. You need to go to what needs to be shipped instead of what's sold, because there's...
Can you tell me how to run my computer now?
Yes.
She's very lost.
There you go. Now go to the bottom.
Thanks, Ma. Wow, that was pretty good. Oh, look at that. It says overdue.
I know.
So first we have, you ain't gonna be able to see it. I might have showed it before, but this is a little vintage comedy. I can kind of see it, maybe. It's already wrapped up. Miss Kitty had it shipped, and then he started buying more stuff. Vintage comedy tragedy, the Spain drama theatrical pinback lapel pin sign, $23.70 shipped. And then we have little moonshine dipper, vintage solid copper with brass handle moonshine dipper, 14-inch ladle, $26.27 shipped. You need the moonshine to go along with it, Bob. Sit me down some, Bob. And then we have, I don't even know this sold. Oh, this one's awesome, man. This is an old railroad one. This is a vintage W&B Railroad Special J.H. Williams & Company 12-inch pipe wrench rare. $23.64 shipped. Heavy, brother. Oh, maybe Grader's going to be doing him some moonshining. Vintage solid copper with brass handle moonshine skimmer. 16-inch, $17.87 shipped. And then a little, man, this smells so good. Brand new genuine leather Marshall buckskin color men's trifold wallet, $14.95 shipped. And then we have early history castle. This ain't the right one. This ain't it.
You knew instantly.
Early history Castleford, Idaho, 1974. Very rare book. Balanced rock, $19.95 shipped. Antique hand forged primitive pair of ox horse yoke single tree farm decor, $21.26 shipped. Oh wow, I didn't know this had sold either. Book of the Dead, Sir E.A. Wallace Budge, $14.95 shipped. And then, oh, actually, this is the one, man, I guess I ain't gonna say their name, but they'd sent us a note that they were so excited on YouTube that they were so excited to get their knife, man. It's going out first thing in the morning. Actually, you might have it today by the time you see this video. You might be sitting there going, hey, I hope you like it, man. We got a Idaho Hillbilly Ravensbeak wood carving Hillbilly Witter detail knife. Ooh, look at that, man. Yeah. That would be $44.75 shipped. And then we have an Idaho Hillbilly Crow's Beak wood carving knife. Man, it's so pretty. $39.75 shipped. And this one, man, this is pretty cool. And I'll tell you a little story about this. So if you remember that that little hat I had, the E. coli hat that I had, where's that thing from? Anyway,
I don't know.
No, it's like the little mountain climber hat. You know, it's so cool. Anyway, on that hat when I got it, the hat was free. On that hat when I got it, there was this little pin I didn't know nothing about. Can't really focus in on it. And as it turns out, after a little research, it's a St. Hubert metal lapel found in old Idaho mountain cabin on hat.
It is the patron saint of hunting, right?
Yes, the patron saint of hunting. And I'd never heard, look at the hat, man, it's getting all crazy. But I hadn't heard of it. Didn't know nothing about it. So I researched a little bit, and Miss Kitty's like, wow, this might be worth something. So I put it on and ended up getting $49.75 shipped. That was a good one. You just smirking at me.
Yeah, what does shipped mean?
Somebody asked me, what does that mean? That means that like that, I got $46. And then they pay the shipping, so then it came to $49.75. So it cost $3. That's to make sure that we have insurance and confirmation. And so it cost us $3.75 to ship it. So that's why I just say, which I could sit there and break it all down. You know, some of the people do. I don't. So it's $49.75. Shipped. It's one of those people out there just want to kill me.
Out there?
Well, some of the people in here want to kill me too sometimes. Then we have the Gem and Mineral Collector's Guide to Idaho. Maps and locations, $18.95. Shipped.
Almost kept that one.
I know, that's a good one.
That's
And actually, we'll probably end up buying it back because I don't have that one. We have quite a few, but that was a new one.
And the way it's laid out is really nice.
Oh, great. You want to buy it back? That guy will probably sell it to you for $25.
Yeah, no, it's probably a Christmas gift.
And then we got vintage 1973 Stanley, Idaho Basin in the Sawtooth Range. $15 shipped. And that was one that I almost wanted to keep for my dang self because the Sawtooth Mountains and the Stanley and the Boise National Forest, which on Sunday, this last Sunday morning, they finished off if you watch Sunday Morning on CBS, they finished off in the Boise National Forest Mountains, which is our own stomping grounds. Me and Kitty are all, hey, I know that spot. Hey, I know that. I mean, that's where, if you've heard me talk before, that's where we thought for sure. And we actually kind of lived up there a little bit. We kind of opened up a store up there a little bit, but our kids were pretty much raised in the Boise National Forest, and to end up in a different national forest and county was kind of crazy, but man, everything happens for a reason. That's what Miss Kitty says. Alright, so all this thing. So then we have, and this is the one, like I said, that it was starting off slow, and I took it and still did, man, amazing. But this little, I think I showed this when I got it, maybe. This little push friggin' top. Antique pressed glass barber bottle. $27.46 shipped. That was a pretty good one. But I could have countered, and I think I could have got a little more, but it was, like I said, it had started off, man. Miss Kitty's all, you should counter offer. I'm taking it. I'd only made $15 so far today.
I said, yeah, but it's less than half of whichever.
Yeah, so then because I had it on for $50.
So then what do you say, just like 30 seconds after he hit it?
Well, yeah, and about, 3 minutes later, cha-ching, 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 and it turned out to be a dang good day. You know, hey, man, that's why we're in this business. Then I got a vintage 1928 Missouri Poultry Farms vintage chicken farming livestock. Very rare. Man, crazy little, man, it's so interesting to look through this whole stuff. $16 shipped.
Yeah, this was a mail order catalog for chicks back in the day.
Yes. I'm talking
99 cents. Or no,
that's something I just thought of that we got to pull out for Big Tim for.
Oh, okay.
Christmas. It's Christmas time, pretty baby. Alright, then we have the new way of the wilderness bushcraft, woodcraft, survival, backwoodsman, off-grid. $14.95 shipped. That was it, man. It was a good day. It's a good day to be a junker. So that was pretty awesome. Now we got to pack those up so that we can get them all shipped off. Today, list. Was there anything else that I'd said out here that I was going to show?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Probably a pretty dang long video. So please remember to, you got anything else you want to say?
No, but thank you.
So please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Helps keep the lights on and the home fires burning and the videos coming. Check out the eBay down below. And after tomorrow, please get on here and buy stuff for yourself for Christmas.
Yes. It's a great way to support the homestead.
That's right. It's a great way to support the homestead. That's what usually happens on Christmas. Is everybody starts buying for themselves. We usually do all right between Christmas and New Year's. So shop. Shop till you drop, baby. So good Lord willing and the creeks don't rise.
We will be back again tomorrow.
See ya!